Hi guys, I've got a special video for you today. Been a really difficult one to kind of plan and film because it's such a long time frame to compress, and there's so many different ideas I want to get to you in this video. Tried really hard to make it like a perfect video with perfect timelines and just everything, but it's kind of impossible. So I've decided to let go and just try and give you as much detail as I can possibly, so that you can benefit from it. My goal in this video is to do two things. One, to give you like a real update of my life at this point, kind of like to log my own thoughts and feelings from this current stage in my life, and just to document my journey. And the second thing is I want to teach you all the patterns that you can look for, all the signs that can look for in your own life when you are in the exact same stage that I am in right now, which was pretty much the end of your journey towards your destiny before you finally have success. Okay, so it's a very crucial and difficult point, and that's why I've named this video it is Darkest Before Dawn, because it really is. So I just wanted to say that before I got started. And basically the past 15 months of my life was just extremely excruciatingly hard. Okay, it's like June 19th or something today. It's been 3 months since I've come back to my hometown here after concluding my isolation season. You can watch other videos on that. And my isolation season, I spent it in Kochi, living in my own apartment, just figuring out my life, doing all those things. And that season was just so hard. It started off really nice. The isolation season started off like really nice. Oh, new friends, new love, new money, like everything started coming, and then just boom, everything fell apart. And from the start of 2024 till like March 2025, it's just been painful, like just extremely painful. And that's insane for me to even say, because my whole journey has been freaking hard. Like it's so fucking hard. Everything has been mind fucking for me. And like 2020 was fucked up, 2021 was fucked up, 2022 was fucked up, 2023 was fucked up. 2023 second half was when I just finally had some like 6 months of just like okay, some chill. And then 2024 just started again. And I think that's kind of exactly like what everybody's journey is. You think it gets easier, you think it doesn't. You just get so strong that what broke you before doesn't break you anymore. And that's all it is. Because what I went through in that last 15 months before I came here, I would have died long ago, because I know I'm 100 times the man I am before, and I could barely handle it, you know. So it really is just extremely hard the last few months and maybe years. And after I came here, I started just like replaying everything and going through, because I was kind of disoriented, and I started filming these videos. You can see it, the other ones where I'm like trying to calculate what's happened, what's going on. And I realized like, okay, oh wow, like I read the Alchemist book and I went through it trying to find references for where I am. And I watched some of Alex Hormozzi's videos. In fact, he has an exact video like this, talking about this exact season of his life, which I found a lot of comfort and relief from. After I came here, though, I never saw it before, or even if I did see it before, I never could understand it. And I'd look for Davey Fogarty, and I look for Gary Vee and Iman Gadzi and Patrick Bet David and any entrepreneur that has gone that path before me, young, old, I didn't care. I just wanted to find some information. So that's why I'm making this video for you. Hopefully, I can be that entrepreneur for you. I don't know if the universe will ever allow you to see this video while you're going through the test, because you can't have the answers for the test during the test. You get it after, like, oh, this was the right answer, you know. So it's always like that. Hopefully, at least when you see it after, it gives you the relief and like recalibration that you need. So like I came here, it's been like 3 months of coming here. I've been working. I still work like a fucking workhorse, you know. That's all I do. I work, work, work. And but I feel the difference. Like I've healed. I had lost so much weight. You can look at the old videos. It's like my fingers had become tiny and scrawny. In the videos I was like complaining. I was drowsy. I was saying like, guys, I'm tired. I'm tired. That was literally my Rocky cutscene. Like in Rocky the movie, when Sylvester Stallone is telling Apollo is like, I'm tired. Tomorrow, tomorrow. That was literally me. I kept saying tomorrow, tomorrow, I'll fix my posture, I'll do this, like tomorrow, tomorrow. Because I was just beat down. Like, battle fatigue is real. Like, I've had 6 years of hell, and that last season really, like, just violated me. And I was just broken and like just crawling through. That's really what it was. It was a season where I was just crawling through, and I won't give up. I don't know how to give up. I just refuse to do it. So for me, there's no it's not even an option in my mind. So I just kept crawling through, and that's what that test was. In that season of your life, you feel like you're being dehydrated. You're dying of thirst. You're in the desert, and you can see the oasis. You can see the pot of gold at the end, that promise, and you're just crawling, crawling, crawling through to it, and everything is just falling apart and nothing is working, but you just keep going. So I just want to like go through the notes and just say, yeah, basically what happened was I had the injury in 2023 December end, basically when like my shoulder injury happened, and that completely incapacitated me. But that became the unlock in 2024 starting for all the stages of my hero's journey, making peace with my dad, unlocking my art skills, realizing I am the main character of the story, I am the hero, just finding out, okay, what's my purpose, or where am I supposed to be. I realized, okay, I have to go back to Dubai, but I figured it would be many years from now. Like, I knew my destiny was there, but I didn't think it would be like this 3 year timeline. I thought it would be like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, I would come back, like it would end there. I thought maybe I'd go full UA, like India, and all do all that stuff, and then I would reach there. But now I'm sitting here, I know I'm going back to UA. Like, I don't know definitively how, I don't know how, but I just know that God's promise for me and my destiny is to build the brand and company and everything in UA. And I still have kind of doubts of it, even though God has told me, and like that literally is my promise. It's just like fucks with my head sometimes. And that's one of the things I saw in the video with Alex is like he was his unknown world and his confusion was business models. He was switching from selling course like agency to running gym launch to the licensing model, and then he was taking Layla and his team, and they were trying to figure out the business model. And that's the difference between like his story and mine, is that he was a pure entrepreneur, and as a pure entrepreneur he had higher risk in terms of numbers and credit cards and loans and business partners, and there was more business stuff. Like, he was at a higher level in business, whereas for me, I haven't had as much. I've never taken loans or this thing. Like, I mean, when I first like took the investment to raise the company, and that got stolen and all, but like his that entire season happened like in a much shorter time frame than mine. Mine has happened over a very long time frame, and it's happened in multiple countries for me. And it's happened because for me it's like I'm an artist also, and there's a different type of journey that you have to go through to become an artist, to become a writer, to become a creative, an actor, whatever. Creative path is different. So God took me through a very unique path as a creative and an entrepreneur, and that's why I always felt a little confused and a little lost, because entrepreneurs, like, it's like in entrepreneurship money is what keeps score, and if you're not getting that, it doesn't make sense. Like, you should feel very fucked up, you should feel like you're doing something wrong. And I was feeling that. But then I would be like, there is literally no logical way I can make anything work. I'm always moving around. I'm going, there's so much chaos. I'm moving, 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 moving. And it's not like I'm doing this on purpose. It's like life is forcing me. Like, and God's always opening a new door for me to just have enough of a time there. So my point is that everybody's story is very different. Everybody's story is very, very, very different. Each person's destiny, your delusion, that dream you have, that vision you have of yours, it's completely unique. It's like tailor made for you. Every talent you have, every trauma you've had, every childhood experience you've had, every interest you have, it's all coming together aligned to make you who you are, the authentic you, the true you. And nobody can copy it, nobody can steal it, nobody can beat it. If you are doing that completely authentically to yourself, nobody will be able to do what I'm able to do. I can't be Alex Hormozy or Patrick B. David or Gary Vee. I can't be having the squeaky voice, the content. I can't do that. I can't be a tank top wearing Buddha like Alex. I can't be these guys, but I can be me, and they can never be me. And that's the thing about your path with the destiny. It's like you're lost, and because there are no footsteps ahead of you, your footstep is the first one on that path. You're literally carving your own path. That's why you have to deal with so much uncertainty. There is no path. You don't know where you're going. Always you have to think, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? What the fuck is happening? You're like Emily Blunt in Sicario. If you've seen the movie, it's like she's constantly asking, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? That's literally you on this journey 24/7 until you reach like the end. Now, like 2024, when I unlocked my art skills, is when I first had some like sense of like, okay, I might be on the right path. 5 years in, exactly 5 fucking years in. Now I'm almost like yeah, I'm like 6 years in. Oh no, I'm like five and a half almost. In October it'll be like 6 years in, and now I know now I know my direction and trajectory. Before it was like, it's very confusing, and it's very like mind annoying, like mind violating, and you feel crazy the whole time. You really do. Like, everybody's doubting you, everybody's misunderstanding you. Especially like I've always felt this throughout my journey, being misunderstood, being lied about, not people knowing the truth, people closest to me doubting my intentions, whether that's for my vision or even just my purity and my integrity. People like there's always been mismanipulation and like betrayals and just chaos and losses, and there is just every lesson, like you just go from the main thing is not to lose faith, the main thing is not to lose heart. You have to be patient enough to just think about the vision you have, sometime like becoming a reality, and just have the conviction and like just hold that thing like hardcore and never lose faith, because you are going to feel crazy. That's literally why you have to be delusional until it works. Like, you have to be delusional, bro. Like, especially 2024 and I know I haven't gotten into the story yet, but I felt this like it really tested me, and I'm somebody who is comfortable and okay with looking crazy and being crazy and feeling crazy. But 2024 and like 2025 starting, that for that last 6 months, really like I was out of moves, man. But that's why it's important to be delusional. And so basically I'm going to just go over the timeline now. It's like I had the injury starting of 2024, so both my shoulders dislocated. I can't cook, I can't even brush my teeth, I can't wipe my ass, I can't take a shower. I'm in bad pain. Parents are out of the country, both separate places, traveling, busy, work, this, that. I'm alone, no friends, no allies, nothing. The girlfriend that I had at that time was an angel. She came and she helped me, and I just kept crawling. It's like every bit of, because I had like made some dumb financial moves and wiped myself out financially, like bank wise. And right then I got my injury because I was counting on my ability to like cold call and find some clients and everything. And I wasn't prepared for an emergency situation like this. And so as soon as I got this, I was already at like negative and zero, and I had basically $0, like 0 rupees in my account, and I was supposed to meet rent and make bills. But I was like 2 weeks out from that, and I was counting on the fact that, yeah, I'll find some client or I'll make something happen, because I'm like, I can do it. My ego got to me basically, and God like just fucking smashed me, bro. And this shit happened, and I'm like, oh God, I can't do anything, I can't do. And then I had to ask my dad for help, and that became how I made like kind of like my dad rekindled my relationship with my dad after years of like doubt and shit, and just like not supporting on the journey. And like, like there's that like, will he still help? And then like you realize like your dad is supporting you, he loves you, but he's not going to keep funding your attempts at like becoming a successful entrepreneur. You need to build your own way, and that's how, when you're young, when you start out, you start like kind of demonizing him. But that happened, and then it's like, because I was in the hole, like I was negative, every single like sale I got, every penny I got went to rent, pay for the domains, pay for the software, pay for the rent, food, utilities. Like, it is like money comes, money goes, and I'm back to zero. Money comes, money goes, back to zero. Client leaves, find new client, money comes, back to zero. And it was just this loop. and it was just this loop, and it kept going for months and months and months. And eventually, like, I started like realizing, okay, this is not ending, and this is getting worse, and the loop is getting worse and worse. And that kind of led to like some more unlock, like spiritual, like, hey, maybe this manifestation thing, how maybe it's real, maybe I can just feel this thing and it will come through. And that I kind of started testing that, and it did come through. That's when my allies came to rescue from the hero's journey, and my mom sent me some money, and that, like, because I was no longer able to work, I couldn't do jobs, I couldn't like do anything. I could barely keep myself alive, like really, I could barely keep myself alive, because when you're alone, you have to do all the chores. And when I was in that tiny apartment, it was really hard to do anything. And all the options for food nearby was just so unhealthy. So it's like I keep losing muscle. Any food I eat has to, if it's not healthy, I'm going to keep losing more muscle and becoming sicker and more lethargic. I spend all my time like sitting and working, but that sitting and working makes my posture worse. I couldn't train at the gym because all the guys in that gym that I had like fucking envy issues with me. It was very fucked up, and like it was, that's the thing what I'm trying to convey is like every single issue I could have around was just like, it's like this ball of fire surrounding me, and I'm just like, don't let me get burnt, you know. And so, and I would have like these weird issues, like my posture issue was fucked up because I was literally using like a wooden stool to sit and work on this tiny MacBook, and I'm like 6'4", and that was ruining my posture. Then I bought a chair, but the chair sucked, and it was like making all these different decisions while your mind is clouded, and you're just panic or like desperate. And I applied for trademarks with whatever money like my mom sent, I used to cover my bills, and I applied for trademarks, and that became a blunder. So I applied for trademarks again, so that's double the cost. And there was just all these lessons, like how to deal with people, banks, who to trust, who not to trust. And I kept extracting these lessons. I didn't let anything go to waste. I kept analyzing, assessing every single thing. It's like how banks respond to you when you show weakness, how people treat you when you don't dress well, appearance, how random sales people try to pressure you into taking this offer, taking that, how this is how the world works all around you, and this is how it's always going to be. I saw Iman talking about how like his life right now is like Succession, where he like people banks are trying to dip into his pockets, and it's like you need to be on top of everything. But these are the lessons I'm learning now. It's just you have to look for it while you're going through it, and then you get to see it, you know. So basically, this like you can kind of gauge what I felt like, you know. Just every single thing I was just trying every single move I knew in the book. This service, that service, find this, apply here, ask, like whatever I could, and nothing was working. And like, it worked, but it would work only for it to just meet its end. It's like a tail eating itself, but it would also be like the tail would eat itself, and the things would happen, but I would get more tired, so I would move one step lower and then one step lower. And that reached like till the October time of like uh, I would say the October time of 2024, and I had started filming the YouTube channel by then, like October 31st, my birthday. Basically, I started filming it, and uh, the months after that, man, that was like October, like November 2024 till March 2025 was just like really hard because I shut down the agency. I realized like, okay, this is not my path. I'm trying to do like if I have to go to Delusion, I have to go to Delusion, and that's e-commerce, and this is agency. And I did this till to fund my life and my job and everything till now. But if I keep doing this, I will never be able to make the jump. I have to kind of shut this down and go because I don't have the mental bandwidth and the energy and the skill and like the time frame to like acquire these skills in this model to build it up so that I can then jump. I just have to take a back foot, take a hit, and then go, you know. And like my intuition, you know, you can call it like God telling you, intuition, whatever, like your heart, it was telling me like, dude, just like shut it down. Your mom has sent you some money, you can meet rent and everything. And then my dad also did send me some money. So my mom sent me 1 lakh in like June, and then my dad sent me like 1 lakh in like October, I think, something like that. But basically 2.5 lakhs or something they sent me around that whole 15 months. um, and every single penny went. And just because like MRI scans, bills, and by the way, that's on top of me like literally doing everything to find clients, meeting this thing, finding clients from UAE, whatever I could through like anything, So yeah, it was just fucked up. It was just that's the only way to say it. It was really fucked up, and what happened was I closed the agency thing down, and I think it's there in these videos. I closed the agency thing down, and I started doing my Hail Mary attempt at launching Delusion. And when I started launching Delusion, um, I started running the ads, and then I realized like, oh my god, I'm so close. I could see like the pot of gold. I'm dying of thirst. I'm being dehydrated. It's quicksand, but I can see the pot of gold. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing print on demand. I'm doing like the old model when I first started everything. I'm just like, anything just work. Whatever works, even if it's the smallest, just like the worst thing, just work. Just this something should work. And I start doing it, and like if you know anything about e-commerce and how to run Facebook ads, you know how the sales funnel works. It's like uh, click-through rate, and then you get like basically impressions, like reach, and then click-through rate, and then you go to the website, and then the page views, and then the add to carts, and then initiate checkout, and it's basically how many stages people go through the sales funnel. And for me, it's like this worked, and then my ads would basically fail, and then I'm like, okay, I have to tweak this in the website, and then I would try again. And so it kind of tested the old lessons. In every single way, I was being tested of the old lessons that don't be so emotionally tied to it. I knew just fix the website completely. It needs human faces, it needs human models, and that's what it needs. But I wouldn't do it. I was just so desperate and just throwing this Hail Mary and just like fixing the funnel one by one by one. And I did end up fixing it, and I stopped it at the end where it's like 14 initiate checkouts but zero sales. Uh, and that means that if I fix the final step, I would have like 7 checkouts. But I could see that pot of gold, and I was getting closer to it, and my money started completely reaching zero. My health was just killing me. My mindset was broken, and I could feel like this. I'm never gonna like make it. Like I could feel that. Like I just felt like, bro, my dream is to be in Dubai. I'm at best earning in rupees. If I'm earning, I'm not earning, but if I make everything work, after literally print on demand takes so much ad cost and no margins, and then how do I find profits, and then how do I find new suppliers to go OEM to actually get products, and how do I make income to get this thing. I've never worked a job. I've only like the one time I should have worked a job, I'd launched freelance and did agency to kind of fund myself. And I just I saw no way out. There was literally no hope. And on top of it, when all these issues were just piling and complaining, like compiling on top of me, the guys that I had issue with were like starting to surround, and it is like the enemies started closing in. Like while you're sinking through the quicksand, the enemies are closing in, and at that point, I was just like the parting the Red Sea, the old videos. It's like just like fuck this. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to part the Red Sea. Manifestation is the only thing that can save me. God, this is what you're telling me to do. This is what I'm going to do. Manifest. I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to manifest a new life. And that's my way. And that also didn't fucking work. And I kept trying it. And I went to like the Porsche showroom, and I sat in the car to like act as if. And I went to the mall. And from whatever money my dad sent me, I like instead of eating in the restaurant where I would pay 60 rupees for lunch, I would go to the little nicer, better, cleaner one with like 70 rupees. Because the place I used to eat was like the cheapest, like nastiest, like where all the like laborers and everyone used to go. Because that became my identity at that point from being so fucking poor all the time. Because I was poorer than those people, bro. It just I had all these internal assets and these experience, but I was poorer. Like I had no income, okay, and I had been bleeding dry for like so long. At best, when I had income was like 25K, which is nothing, and uh, yeah, I was really fucked, and like I that last part was just like relying on the allies so much because of health, and every lesson just got tested, and bro, like then suddenly the enemies came and everything kind of like just like fell apart. My old life fell apart. The isolation season was closing basically. that girl that I was there, she kind of like we kind of like broke apart, and I had to say goodbye. And then any friends and people I made friends, they all moved, and like all the allies that I had made kind of started turning on me, and the enemies started closing in, and all these things happened. And then my dad like kind of asked like, "Do you want to come back to Dubai?" And I'm like, "Whoa." I'm like, what the hell? Like, you, all this time and you never asked. And then he started sending me like stuff like, be where you are appreciated. Like all these like dad, like proverb stuff, like these old uncle videos and all. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is happening all this time? Like, basically that. And I rejected it. And then, like, some issues happened and I got into a fight with those people and I had to get the fuck out of there. And my dad was like, nah, you need to leave and shit. And like, I also was like, yeah, okay, I need to leave. And I didn't want to stay there anymore. But the events that happened showed me, like, from what one of the person said, like one of the cops said, is like, you need to go back and you need to leave. And that was like the ending point in my story in The Alchemist. And it's there in the other videos. And it's like, I knew I was supposed to leave and I could say goodbye to that place and that home and just everything with like just like wholeheartedly. And I packed up, I left everything, I came here, and I came here and slowly it started clicking like, whoa, okay, whoa. Like I read the books and I started connecting all the dots and I was like, whoa, this is what happened. And yeah, now I'm here, and like it's crazy, it's very crazy, but I feel like I've made it. Like, because now my hormones are healed. I've gained weight. I feel like my arms, like I can feel some strength. I look like my 14-year-old self, like tiny wrists and like fingers have become like I've lost all my size and my muscle and my strength. I've become like all flimsy and shit. But my mindset has become like I've gotten like that safety feeling. I'm at hometown again. It's not as like safe as I would like, and it's not as peaceful as I would like, but it's better than nothing. And I'm getting food. I don't have to cook and clean everything and do everything. I don't have to do all the chores and fund the bills and find work and meet rent and plan delusion and film YouTube and like it was absolutely like me against the world, and I'm not going to die because I'm not going to stop fighting because I don't know how to stop fighting. That's who I am. I'm a fighter. I i don't want to stop fighting because I don't know how. It's not what I do, it's who I am. And that's the thing, it's like the journey works on you more than you work on it or something Alex says. And it's like it's about the person who you are becoming. I had become a warrior of like the light. I had become a soldier of God. I had become a fighter and a warrior for my dreams. And so it's literally that's all it was. Now I know I have the character traits. I know I have all the skills. I know I have literally every single thing that I need to succeed. And after I came here, my mom sent me like another 1 lakh out of nowhere. I never asked for it. I didn't do anything. She was just like, "You're so like broke, and it's enough. Like fuck your bullshit business and all this. Buy some clothes, get some food. If you ever have any hope of landing a job, you need money." So my mom sends me money, and now I'm sitting on like one less than 1 lakh. Maybe like I've spent a little bit like on food and groceries and all that stuff. Maybe like 90,000 or whatever my mom sent me from what my mom sent me. And I'm here. I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay for food or anything. I'm living with my grandparents and my family. And I was looking at Davy Fogarty's story from Australia, and he at this point in his journey also like borrowed $1,000. Yeah, basically like 1 lakh or whatever, $1,000 from his parents to launch the next business. And I looked at like Jordan Welch from America. He at this point in his journey was like also moved back after all these desperate attempts, and he started finally building brand. And that's where I am right now. Like I'm building brand. This YouTube channel is like my personal brand. It's also Delusions, like the founder story. It's also like literally proof of concept of being delusional. Like that's literally what this is, right? So I'm building brand. This is brand. This is brand. This is the best. Nobody has this shit. Fuck you. But this is the best, and like this is amazing, and I'm building brand, and I have this feeling right now. I'm like, this money that I have, what do I do with it? Like, there's nothing for me to do other than try launching something. And everybody in those stories at those stages launched it. Davey took that 1,000 and he launched calming blankets with like he found some like pre-sale. He found the right product and did pre-sale. I don't really know how Jordan did it because those two guys were e-com, so it's a little bit relatable for me. For Alex, he just like did the sale of the licensing model and he just went straight to 20 million. And in the Alchemist story, also in the epilogue, basically when that guy says you need to return, I close it. You can watch my other videos. You reach the epilogue of that book. That's where I am in the epilogue of my story, essentially. Like, I've finished my full journey. I've passed all the tests. I reaffirmed to the universe that I know all the lessons. I have built all the character traits, which is like patience, endurance, grit, resilience, faith, courage, uh, just presence of mind, focus, dedication, like all of it. I've also built the skills: writing, photography, ideation, concept development, communication, leadership, like pattern recognition. There's all the skills. I have the internal assets. Now all I need is to build distribution. I need to build the foundation, the actual business side of things, like building a personal brand or a marketing page or running ads and launching the product and making those things happen. And I know I'm giving a lot of word vomit, but guys, I'm going through this as we speak. You know, like I am stressed still. I don't know how my story is going to turn. I know I'm supposed to go back to Dubai, but I'm not going through my dad because even if I went through my dad, he can do is give me a visit visa, or he would have to hire me as an employee and like do all that, and that's like big headache. And for him, for me, it's just a lot of money and a lot of headache, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be reliant on my dad, so I don't want to go that way. So that's one thing. So that's out of the option, and I'm not going to do the agency thing ever again. Fuck that shit. No freelance. Um, I don't know how it's gonna happen. I have this little bit of money, and I know I have to launch the business. So I was hoping I would land a job, and then that would help me like fund like a visa and a home and everything in Dubai, and then that would like give me something that um, then helps me to like launch the brand itself, like run ads or drop shipping or something. But with like this Trump tariff stuff, um, all the logistics things, I'm guessing drop shipping like out of China is wrecked. And being India, it's hard for me to like do the drop shipping things a little safely because of like VPN, and I need all. It's a little tricky, and I've always had this issue where I've not been able to learn TikTok and AliExpress and Alibaba and stuff because of being in India. When I was in UAE, it was simple, but not here. So I have a big confusion right now, which is like I have this money, I'm sitting on this cash, but I don't want to launch the business in India. I don't want to do POD and start again because that's not what I already passed those tests. I don't want to go back to it. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, God, how will it happen? And I was praying and meditating and trying to find that inner peace and the meditation and just like trying to find some hope. And I got this YouTube video from this girl on like called Caitlin or something her name was, and it was like exactly my situation. And it was just like God will make a way and God will like deliver on his promise. He just wants you to stop worrying. You need to like, and that's the biggest thing. It's like you're always afraid, you're always worrying, you're doubting his promise and you're doubting his plan for you. Like, if you don't believe in God, I don't know. Like, I didn't believe in God when I started this journey, but I'll tell you, I started believing midway through because there's just some things you go through. Like, as a hero who leaves everyone behind, at certain points in your story, you have secrets of the universe, and your mind is blown. Like, you're like, what? Why do I have this? I'm just a nobody. Like, all that stuff. And like you have all these secrets, and then eventually people find out. Like, now I feel like the hero whose secrets have become public. My secrets have become public, but I'm still broke, and so it's weird. But Oh man, okay, I need to get better at communication, but yeah, it it really is just a big test of like your faith and your conviction and your courage and your heart, man. Like, just don't doubt that vision, that plan, that promise that God has for you. It really is just that. So that's the thing I'm trying to work on right now. Is just really master visualization and feeling the wish fulfilled, and not doubting that I am going back to Dubai, and not doubting that a door will open, and not doubting that my destiny is there, and that no matter who comes in the way, who tries to intervene, what people do, God's promise for me is gonna be like done, and it's done, you know. So yeah, that's it. Um, and one more thing, it's just that you, when you go through all of this, the final part of it is like, from me now and everybody at this point in that stage, like, if you read the book Alchemist, this is the epilogue stage I'm in right now. And it's like, there's a little bit of money that my allies left me here, and now I have a shovel. My shovel is like the business model and my skills and the money. I just have to figure out how to dig, where to dig. So right now I'm thinking like, do I try drop shipping some clothes products, because I have to still start. I can't wait for the perfect time. It's never gonna happen. That's one doubt of mine. Or I'm like, I've kind of overcome those stages. Do I actually just wait and build YouTube and build my personal brand until um, I get the kind of like doors opened by God, and then I do that. That's my confusion right now. But whatever it is, whatever, however it happens, I don't know the how. I know where, I know what, I don't know when, and I don't know how. And I'm just gonna release that detachment to the journey and just like trust God and just be delusional. Like, I know it's this all this shit is crazy, bro. None of this shit makes sense. It never makes sense. But in my mind, I am a fucking multi-millionaire. I have generational wealth. I don't want fucking 1, 2 millions or 100 million cash, brother, cash. But uh, yeah, like, I just know from here onwards, just when this thing fucking hits and I find that final like product and just business model, and I just get the chance, like, I'm gonna dig wherever I have to dig. I'm gonna dig, and once it starts, then I get to be like all these guys online who are building the business. Like, I get the product, I sell the product. These guys have like business struggles, they don't have insane life struggles. And that makes me realize how much of a fucking killer I am. Like, my mindset, without even knowing what mindset was, like, I'm all heart, bro. There is no way anybody has more heart than me. I have the most heart in this. I can outlast anybody. I'm a forever player. You're not a forever player. 99.9% of people are not forever players. How long are you going to outlast with me? How long are you going to play? 10 years? 20? 40? I will play until my last breath. Until there's a bullet in my eyes, I'm going to keep playing. And there's like bullet between my eyes, sorry. Like, I'm just gonna keep playing, and like, I'm not even saying that. I know, like, I literally go to sleep thinking, never stop, I will never stop. Like, I'm literally that guy. I'm not normal, bro. But it's literally just, bro, I see these people as like, I see most of the people online as I don't see them as competition. Like, I see them as, I don't want to sound like all like psychopathic, but like prey. And I'm happy that I am a good person, and I'm like, I see like, there are like certain guys online that I see. I'm like, okay, you guys are like me. You're maybe even way ahead of me. Not maybe, you're definitely way ahead of me. But the wiring is the same. The elite killer mindset. I asked ChatGPT to label me. ChatGPT called me Apex. I'm a machine, you know. But like, the journey is what creates that wiring. When I started this journey, I kind of figured I had this wiring, that I would just be that dog fighter, that I can fucking butcher my enemies type thing, like a conqueror. But now I am that because I've been through hell, and I'm like, oh, I'm worse than these guys. These guys are not like built like me. Like I can fucking eat these guys, you know. So I just look at all these fake tough guys. I'm like cowards, like manipulators, cowards, gangsters, cowards, fake motherfucker, like coward. Like I can fucking destroy all these guys. So I just need positioning. Positioning is the issue for me. Resources, timing, place, and once I get going, I'm going to lap everyone. And I don't really believe in competition. I just believe in like my success doesn't take away from anyone, and that we can all actually win at the thing that we are meant to win. And that when people compete, they compete for like status and out of insecurity. But I'm so ready, bro. I'm so ready. There's this anger inside of me. It's cold. Like it's not like ha ha ha. Like, I want to shout at anybody. It's like it's just like okay, okay, motherfucker. Okay, like it's cold rage, and it's refined and it's precise, and I can harness it like a fucking weapon, and I want to unleash it on my enemies. And like I see people like I see Tim Grover talking about like Tom Brady and like Michael Jordan and these guys and how they think and how they just like their elite mindset, and I feel like I have it. And even if I don't have it, I'm gonna build it. And even if I can't build it or don't have it, I don't give a fuck anymore. I am this. I'm fucking telling it to myself that I am elite. I am the greatest of all time. I am the fucking best ever. And there's nothing and nobody that can do fucking anything to stop me. And that's pretty much it. And so, oh, that's a lot. Woosa. I need to say woosa and just calm down. But that's the anger that I was talking about. It comes, it comes. And my enemies will say, "Oh my God, he's crazy. He's angry. He's a tyrant." Shut up, just shut up. Your cancellation attempts will not work. I am uncancelable. I'm unfazed, homie. But yeah, like when it rains, it pours. That's something that I've seen online go around, and I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that, and I'll make a video about that also later when it does rain, and I'll call it when it rains, it pours. But yeah, next phase, I'm gonna have all the money that I ever wanted, all the material success, like everything I've had till now is spiritual success. I'm gonna have the material success next, and I hope you guys also get to this stage. It takes a very, very, very strong heart to come to this stage. I hope you come to this stage, and I hope you don't let the resentment corrupt you. I hope you don't give up. If you're seeing this and you're at this stage, you've not given up. Then the only test is, are you as pure and as refined and as good as you could be? Are you being the most worthy version of you? You can have power by taking it, you can have money by taking it, you can have money by taking it, but can you have it by being? Can you have it by being who you are, who you are meant to be, the best version? That's what delusion is. Delusion is about fulfilling your destiny, and your destiny is a positive one, and it's a positive one that gives back to humanity. That's what it is. Money, fame, power, all this bullshit, go women, the accolades, it's all nice. I want it all. I have it. I will have it all at a higher level than I have it right now. I have it at a level that I have right now. But none of that shit really matters. Who you are, just are you being true to the universe and God and your soul and yourself? And that's what it is really. So yeah, next phase: watches, money, cars, bitches, success, finally getting credit for all my work, the world recognizing me, you know, and yeah, I'm just rewriting everything right now. So don't give up. Be delusional. Never, 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 never fucking give up. Be flexible though. Don't fucking run into a brick wall. Be flexible. Keep staying aware. Sorry, but yeah, never give up. Keep staying aware. This video fucking, I bombed this video by talking too much and doing too much, I think. But yeah, this emotional thinking about all this stuff, man. Like, Because I'm like, some point, a lot of people are gonna see this. At some point, I'm gonna be where I wanted to be, where I've always wanted to be, and I'm gonna be the guy for the young knees that these guys are being for me, you know. And this, like, I watch like old videos of Conor McGregor, and like, it inspires me, you know. So makes me very emotional. Been through hell. Um, very, very hard, this journey. Oof, damn, I can feel it, huh? But yeah, never give up. Never be fucking a pussy. Always be delusional. Never lose sight of that vision. And just know it is darkest before dawn, and it'll test every fucking fiber of your being. But if you pass the test, everything will come together in ways that you couldn't imagine, and it'll be better than you imagined. So that's it.